It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Monday, the 24th of August. I'm Michael Groff. The excessive heat returns this week along with a low-grade monsoon forecast. The best chance of storms in the valley appears to be tomorrow night. But as we get into late August, of course, we're starting to wonder, when is there an end to this excessive heat? And what is the hottest summer we've ever had here in the valley? We'll dive into that and everything else going on in the weather world. First, yesterday in the valley, 110 degrees the afternoon high, 89 was the morning low, the normal high, 104, the normal low, 82. Outside now, here at 7:15 a.m., hazy sunshine in the valley, and we're looking at 92 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew points at 57, relative humidity 31%. The winds are light and the barometer is steady. Temperatures across the area this morning, 79, the cool spots at Fort McDowell and Buckeye. Otherwise, most locations are in the mid-80s to middle 90s already. The upper air look, of course, high pressure remains the dominant weather feature here across the west, and it is starting to re-intensify a little from where it was over the weekend. We have a little inverted trough over southern Texas. That might play a role in our weather tomorrow and potentially into Wednesday. And, of course, a couple of tropical systems on the board, which we'll get into in a moment. Here's the watch warning map. A couple of things stand out here. Of course, tropical storm warnings along the Mississippi and Louisiana coast. Flash flood watches along the Gulf Coast as well in association with Tropical Storm Marco. And out here in the west, high fire danger, excessive heat, and air quality alerts. They all kind of go together, don't they? And so for Phoenix, we have an excessive heat warning once again through 8 p.m. Friday. Here's the convective outlook for today. The standard slight risk of severe storms around St. Cloud down toward Minneapolis and Madison, Wisconsin, with a marginal risk for many of the adjacent states heading into the Great Lakes and the Northeast, and another marginal risk zone along the Gulf Coast in association with Marco. In Arizona, most of the state is in the green, although I think thunderstorm activity will be mainly confined to the higher terrain today. As we look at our twin tropical systems on the board, we've got Laura and Marco, and both of which are rather disorganized. Marco is encountering a lot of shear as it approaches the Gulf Coast. Laura has had near continuous interaction with the islands of Hispaniola and Cuba, so most of the deeper convection is away from the center of circulation. Let's talk about Marco first. This is now a tropical storm. Was briefly a hurricane yesterday. Top winds 50 miles per hour as it approaches southeast Louisiana. This is expected to mainly be a big rain producer for the Gulf Coast, although a few isolated spin-up tornadoes and some gusty winds are certainly possible. But this is expected to fizzle out early Wednesday near Galveston. And then we've got Laura, which is just hugging the coast of Cuba right now. This is expected to emerge out into the Gulf and develop potentially into a hurricane as it does, and should be near the Sabine Pass very early on Thursday, making landfall there. Looking at the tropical modeling on this, pretty good agreement on the idea of this coming into southwest Louisiana or right near the Sabine Pass as mentioned. A couple of outliers to the east or west, but that appears to be how it looks right now. Of course, things can still change. And the intensity guidance, again, pretty good agreement. Most of the models bring this up to a Category 1, perhaps a Category 2 hurricane, although a couple of them do bring it up to a major hurricane. That's Category 3 or stronger. But there are still a couple of models here that keep it as a tropical storm and do not really further develop it, going with the idea of shear, much as Marco has experienced. Here's the precipitation outlook, valid through next Monday morning from the WPC. Rain amounts in Phoenix generally under 1/10 of an inch, between 1/4 and 1/2 inch for the higher terrain of the rim, and southeast Arizona. Of course, your amount will vary, as we always tell you during the monsoon. But let's get into it. Let's look at modeling. Here we go. The GFS, the 06Z run, valid at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Big features on the board. There's our sprawling ridge out here in the west, an inverted trough over South Texas, and our tropical systems out there. And with that ridge, we have a lot of smoke being generated by the wildfires that continue to burn over many western states, and that's just swirling around that ridge, and some of it's going to filter into the valley today. So down at the surface, hazy sunshine, a bit muggy out there today too, the old hazy, hot, and humid. High temperatures 110 to 114. Widely scattered showers and thunderstorms develop over the higher terrain. They will move toward the deserts this afternoon, but will they get in here? Well, the chance of rain isn't technically zero, but I'm going to keep our forecast in Phoenix dry today. Yes, there could be a little blowing dust, some gusty winds, and maybe a spot gets a shower or storm, but I think that's just going to stay over the mountains for today. Tonight, the skies are partly cloudy. The air is still fairly muggy, lows mostly in the 80s to near 90. Now, as we go to tomorrow, looks like a more interesting day with an inverted trough approaching from the east, and that should increase the number of showers and storms that develop over the higher terrain of the Rim, the White Mountains, and southeast Arizona. And an increased northeasterly flow in the mid-levels should push those storms our way, and we should see better organization of storms as well. Rain chances don't look to be overly high, but certainly better than today and what we've had over the weekend. So we'll at least introduce a slight chance of showers and storms in here for tomorrow. Might have to bump that up a little bit if things come together a little better for tomorrow. High temperatures are still going to be toasty, though, 110 to 113. As we go to Wednesday, a fairly similar synoptic setup, but if Tuesday turns out to be rather active, I think Wednesday might be less so, convectively speaking, as the atmosphere would be overturned quite a bit. But still, slight chances of showers and storms around, better chances over the higher terrain, high temperatures, still hot, 110 plus. Thursday and Friday, the chance of rain in the valley is technically not zero, but I think most of the storms will remain confined over the higher terrain. The air looks to be a little bit more stable, more convective inhibition. The mid-levels of the atmosphere warm just a little bit. High temperatures still somewhere between about 109 and 112 each of those days. Then as we get to the weekend, troughing looks to move into the Pacific Northwest and through the Rockies. That should help to knock down our ridge and displace it just a little bit. Temperatures might start to come down a tad. High temperatures may not even make 110 for both Saturday and Sunday. We're going with a range of 106 to 109 Saturday and 104 to 107 for Sunday. Drier southwesterly flow may come in as well, and that could preclude the number of showers and storms, mainly confining them to southeast Arizona at that point. Here's a week from today. This is Monday, the 31st of August. It's the last day of meteorological summer, and we've got a trough across central Canada, trailing back into the Rockies and heading into the northern plain states. This looks like a drier westerly flow coming in here if that verifies, and that would really push the moisture on out of here. We would dry out, but the ridge is flattened, so temperatures would be a little bit lower as well, and that might help to cool us off at night just a bit as well. And going out 10 days to the end of the period, this is Wednesday, the 2nd of September. The GFS has a pretty strong ridge, 594 ridge, developing off of the California coast. That would mean a dry north to northwesterly flow in here. So no sign of any monsoon moisture if that happens to pan out. All right, precipitation off of the European ensemble. The ensemble mean is up around 0.4 of an inch. Quite a few of the members do bring in rain over the next couple of weeks in the valley, but there are still a number that do not have anything for us at all, as our very lackluster monsoon continues. All right, temperatures off of the European ensemble. It's got us at 113 today, tomorrow, and gradually lowering those temperatures as we go into the weekend. Maybe a bit more of a dramatic drop-off for next week as we move into September. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, and click that notification bell so that whenever a brand new video is posted, you'll get the notifications. Your comments, questions, and suggestions always encouraged as well. And thank you so much for watching. You guys be safe out there, stay cool, drink plenty of water, watch your kids around the swimming pool, and have yourselves a fantastic Monday.